Shelby Oaks, written and directed by Chris Stuckman. If you don't know who Chris Stuckman is, he's a movie reviewer who started on YouTube doing just casual movie reviews in his basement. He slowly built up a massive following. People obviously really resonated and enjoyed his opinions.
Yeah, I mean, I think me included as well. I remember watching Chris Stuckman.
Yeah, I think he was just generally one of the first people to do it at the right time. And, he grew a community of fans along the way, and he's built himself up to the point where he's managed to fund his very own directional debut, which is really exciting. Unfortunately, and we did a preview for this, when we saw the trailer, we didn't have much high hopes
at all.
No. The trailer itself looked so generic. It looked so by the numbers. It just looked so chock full of all the genre cliches we've seen thousands of times. And we mentioned that in the trailer, but I thought, maybe there's a little bit of hope there. Having seen the reviews, it kind of,
wasn't promising.
It wasn't promising. No. It, kind of prepared me for shit, to be honest with you. But I wanted to give it the benefit of the doubt and really kind of, tune into what exactly he was going for here, because obviously people really respect and admire his opinions. Okay, and he's absolutely.
Oh, he's still got a big audience.
Yeah, he's a massive horror movie fan in itself.
Yeah,
and so it is interesting to see this guy, having judged other people's movies for so many years,
finally get the chance to make his own.
Yeah. So what did you think?
Oh man, it's so boring. I'm sorry, I don't really have much else to add, and I hate saying this.
Yeah.
I want to get the benefit of the doubt. It's just so dull.
Yeah.
How about you? What do you think?
Okay, right. First of all, how would you? Because you saw this movie, I didn't. How would you compare it to Conjuring: Last Rites? Because that was shit as well.
Well, I think I wasn't bored during Conjuring Last Rites.
You weren't bored?
No. I don't know. Bored in a different way.
Yeah.
It's very hard to explain, because the thing is, the ending of Conjuring Last Rites was so ridiculously stupid and bonkers that I at least kind of had something to think about there, and how stupid and dumb it was. This is just, I don't know, it's nothing, man.
Yeah.
It really is nothing. And I mean, just want to get this in right off the bat. A lot of the consensus around this film, which is why it's more interesting to talk about than watch, is that people have maybe been going a little easier on it because of who Chris Stuckman is.
Right.
And the fact that he is respected within the film criticism space and on YouTube. And it's annoying that a part of me does feel bad for going in on it so hard, but I can't help it.
I think instinctively,
I feel like we have got to judge this film like any other film.
No, I fuck that. I think
past.
Instinctively you should judge the movie more harshly.
And I can't help it. It was just, this felt so derivative, and just also the sound design. You go back to genre cliches.
Yeah.
Any time the camera would pan, it's just a dum.
Yeah. So the first 20 minutes of this movie, I was genuinely, in some ways, quite impressed. Okay.
Yes, no, same.
Because it really reminded me of Lake Mungo, which we both enjoyed. Just that kind of documentary style movie that's really trying to play it as like a found footage kind of thing. And I thought, I didn't expect this. Maybe it's kind of, playing into that.
Yeah. Within that first half, I was like, there's potential here. There's a lot of potential. It's not all bad. I like the way he was using found footage and YouTube as well. Yeah. That was really cool.
And then the fucking credits came in 20 minutes in, which I found weird for a 90-minute movie. And then it kind of just changed everything and went kind of back to kind of like just generic storytelling. It wasn't so much about the documentary anymore. That was just kind of like a little teaser to get you invested.
It was more kind of like, I don't know, just a setup, the documentary. It wasn't actually part of the way he's going to tell the story. No. And if he did that, even if the rest of the film hadn't been great, I probably would have liked it a bit more. Like, okay, you told this like an actual...
Yeah.
That's really cool. But
I didn't...
It didn't standard...
It still wasn't that great, the documentary thing. It really wasn't, worth...
No, like, it's good, but it's like not saying much.
No. I mean, it just felt like, he really likes found footage documentary.
Yeah, and he started as a YouTuber, and he's kind of...
Yeah, and the VHS style thing, but... It's been done. It's been done. Everyone does that now. Horror and VHS, mate. That's been done so many times. It's just not impressive anymore. It's really not, because it's so derivative. It's been done thousands of times before. Way better than this. I mean,
100%.
Lake Mungo. I mean, the one thing that really separated these movies from the get-go, and I felt like within the first minute, I had this feeling like, okay, the major issue with this movie is going to be the acting. From the very start, I felt like Whereas with Lake Mungo, all the performances are fantastic.
Yeah.
Okay, that's really what sold me on that movie. The performances and having obviously improvised most of the scenes.
Yeah.
It just felt as though you're watching real people.
These did not feel like real people.
No, not at all.
Every conversation was exposition.
Yeah, yeah.
They did not have a real conversation, even when she was grieving.
Yeah.
And that sounds horrible to say.
Mate, I did not believe in the characters.
I can still hear her
terrible.
calling to me. I was like, I don't know, these aren't real people.
Yeah, yeah. And I don't know, maybe it's just because... No, it's not. It's the acting.
Yeah.
But I do actually kind of hate that style of documentary in general. You know, when it's like they're sitting there, they're talking heads, you know, and they're all like done with the makeup. It just looks too like glossy and glamorous for like a true crime kind of thing,
again,
you know?
20 years ago, that was really innovative.
Yeah,
But now it's just so many people have done it. That's the problem. This film came out 20 years ago. It'd probably be considered all right.
Yeah, yeah. All right, yeah.
Yeah.
But like you said, when she's sitting there and she's saying like, oh, my sister, you know, she used to have these dreams and, you know, she could see into the past, all shit like that. It's like, I don't believe you for a second, love. I do not believe a word that's coming out of your mouth. You are a fucking actor, you know? And it felt like that with pretty much all of them.
Yeah.
The protagonist in particular and
also quite, I mean, maybe not unlikable, just, I don't know, she's quite dull.
She's very dull. There was
sad she's lost a sister and whatnot.
But outside of the story that she's in, I don't know anything about this woman.
I
could not give two shits about the sister character at all. Even the news footage stuff, I don't know how he managed to pull this off. I actually thought it was impressive how fake that looked. You know, that even just the presenters, there's a certain look to these kind of news broadcast kind of footage things that a lot of the time it's so difficult to pull off. You know, the presenters are sitting there in a kind of awkward way. You've got like this lower thirds graphic. It just doesn't look right.
Yeah, it doesn't look real.
It doesn't look real at all.
Yeah.
It's the same thing when people look at these fake mobile phones and the UI just doesn't look right. Okay, I can kind of be a little bit, give that a bit more grace. But when it comes to like you know, you're trying to do a documentary style thing. The point of it inherently should be trying to really push home that feeling of naturalism and believability.
Like immerse the audience.
Yeah. For me, it felt like, okay, the style. Look at the style. Enjoy the VHS tape style and enjoy the grainy footage.
Wasn't even really that big a part of the film. That was abandoned.
No, it was abandoned.
After 30 minutes, you know?
So that even the names sounded fake, you know? You know when you just feel like...
I can't remember what the main character's name was, but Shelby Oaks.
Yeah.
The title.
Shelby Oaks. I mean, what's it called? Paranormal Paranoids.
That's it.
Paranoid. Like that is the fucking gayest name for a YouTube channel I've ever.
I don't know how those two things like converge, but fair enough. It's not the best name.
You know what I mean, man.
Yeah.
It's one of those things where you feel like a little 5-year-old has decided to come up with a YouTube channel name, and let me call it Paranoid. Fucking terrible, man. And it's like Riley. I'm looking for my sister Riley. Why is she called Riley? It's just parts of it. I just felt like that name doesn't sound right. I can't even explain.
It just sounds like
it just sounds like a
AI
name that was generated by ChatGPT.
But this is Riley.
Yeah,
She's lost in the forest.
There are other names like that, like the weird killer character on the loose or whatever.
Joe?
No, I can't fucking remember, man.
No, and also, wasn't that a plot convenience? His mum just happened to live out in the woods.
Yeah,
that old lady isn't set up at all, and she just appears.
Yeah, she what the hell was that? Why has she got such a big house?
Yeah.
Why does she sound and look like that? Why is the book just sitting there on some cabinet I hate that as well. That's such a big trope in movies where you know when they open up some book, right? And it's got all these weird photos.
Writing.
Yeah, that's just there to give the characters exposition. And it zooms into the photos and it's shocking, and then it zooms back into the protagonist's face and they're like, but then you're thinking, well, why the fuck would the mum just put that book there on that cabinet?
And the fact, and the fact that what's behind this all, you know, that disappearance of her sister is a satanic ritual, which has been so overdone.
Yeah.
I mean, Hereditary, but then that actually did it well, despite my problems with that film. Yeah. The only one I can think of where it really rang home how overdone this trope is Bring Her Back, which people love for whatever reason, but
don't understand why.
It's not original anymore.
No.
Like, what's the cause of this? Some weird satanic devil ritual.
It actually got at some points to the room level bad to me, in respect to even just like the props. You know, when you look at like
it looks cheap.
Yeah, it looks cheap. Like when you look at like her sister's gone, she's missing, she's trying to find her sister, and then it cuts to a picture of her sister that's just sitting there, and it just looks like a picture that just you wouldn't put there on like a cabinet. You wouldn't keep that picture.
Exactly.
You wouldn't frame that picture.
Put that to show, oh look, I had a good relationship.
But the sister's acting in the
finale where she tries to kill her baby.
Yeah.
She's like, ah!
It was just felt like constant monologues, but the monologues were so boring. It never felt like the characters were actually saying what they believed. It sounded like all the actors were pretty bored. It sounded like it was written. Like the monologues that they were spewing out of their mouths that were just so forgettable was written. It didn't feel like anyone in the real world would actually say
I'll correct you. Maybe they weren't strong enough actors to make it feel real.
Maybe
because you can have films or just screenplays with shit tons of monologues. I mean, my God, like Aaron Sorkin. I love Aaron Sorkin.
Yeah,
his dialogue is very cinematic and filmy, very written. You have to say the words as they are.
Yeah,
but that's because he gets the best actors. To say them, so it feels.
Yeah, maybe they just weren't directed.
Degree of realness to that, even if it feels cinematic. I just don't think the actors, and I don't believe they were half-arsing it. I just don't believe they were maybe strong enough, or maybe not even strong enough direction.
Yeah,
maybe you just didn't direct them.
I think the truth lies between those two things. I don't think the actors were strong enough, and I don't think they were probably directed very well. Also, there were parts, like I'm going back to the room, like where there's moments where blood squirts in her face, and then it cuts to the next scene, and she still has it on her face, and you think you would wash your face. Why you still got blood on your face?
Exactly.
Like you literally.
Yeah. Wait, isn't this at the beginning after the guy shoots himself? Yeah.
And she sits and watches the TV, and she's still got the dude's blood on her face. That's literally just for the promotional photograph. It's because she's got blood on her face. It looks more cool. But you would wash your fucking face, wouldn't you? Anyone in their right mind immediately would wash their face.
No, but the other interesting thing about this film is that, like, it was executively produced by Mike Flanagan.
Yeah.
And I think Mike Flanagan has been like a mentor to Chris Stuckman. Yeah. And has helped him, really get his foot in the door, which is very cool.
Yeah.
I think, and I love Mike Flanagan, but do you also feel like this film maybe wore its influences too far on its sleeve and didn't really have much of its own?
Oh, mate. There was
like Blair Witch Project. I can tell he fucking loves that film.
Yeah. There was absolutely not one single second of this film that felt even remotely original. There was nothing original about it whatsoever.
Yeah. Do you think it's a case where he's too in love with the genre, maybe? It's like, I don't know. I can tell he fucking loves horror, but he's just too to try anything different.
The only positive thing I've wrote on my notes is that some of the imagery was slightly effective.
Slightly effective.
Yeah, like
okay.
Yeah, like you know, when she's looking at some of the, which has been done thousands before, but like the demonology book. Some of the imagery like that, it kind of reminded me a little bit of the Babadook, which makes sense, to be fair. Because
I don't like the Babadook.
No, but he loves that movie. Just all of these things were just bits taken from better movies. And I just think that's very lazy to just compile those things together and just assume that will work in itself. It doesn't. Doesn't.
I was kind of thinking of Oculus, which is directed by Mike Flanagan. I feel like he was taking a lot from that.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah. But why is the protagonist like all of a sudden just going on our own and kind of just going to this abandoned prison?
Man. And
why
it
is she
dragged
doing
on
that?
for so long?
Yeah.
Because, it does this thing where they're building up the tension, and obviously our brains are like wired to expect a jump scare now just because of that's how it works.
Yeah.
And it was like 20 minutes of her looking for nothing.
Yeah.
And what is it? It's like one dog? That's it. I got kind of angry.
Yeah, I got angry as well.
I was like, you're not building up to anything.
This isn't build up. This is literally boring.
Yeah.
Right? This is padded out. And it's only 90 minutes long, right? But you think about it from the perspective of the character, okay, which I thought was really funny, actually, because so many movies do this where the wife or the protagonist sits down with their partner and they tells them their theory about the demon or the ghost or whatever, and they say, you're crazy, you're insane, blah, blah, it's just in your head, blah blah blah. I actually thought it was hilarious how little her partner, her husband or whatever, gave a shit in this movie.
What did he just say? Like, you need help.
Yeah, that's it. He literally says to her, you need help. walks off and just leaves her.
He leaves the film. We don't see him again. Does he exist?
They didn't even bother. Like usually, at least
to console her, like, you're not crazy.
Yeah. At least the partner says, like, oh, you're just dealing with your grief right now. You need to process this. You need to see someone. No, he's her partner, right? She's going through this. Her sister is missing. She thinks that she's been possessed by some demon, and all he has to say is, "You need help. Get something, fucks off." Never sees him again.
That's it.
So, okay, so now she's on her own. She's going to this place all on her own. She's trying to investigate whatever this thing is, okay? And then, as soon as she actually finds something, she leaves. What the fuck did she come there for, then? Why did she go? And also, another thing, why is the flashlight dying at the immediate second that something pops up?
Because of course it is. Of course it has to.
Like, if you truly think a fucking demon is lurking around possessing people, why on God's earth are you
looking for it?
Why are you going on your own?
I know you're trying
to find your sister. I know you're trying to find your sister, okay? But why the fuck are you going on your own? With no weapon? Nothing? Are you serious? One flashlight? Like, get some spare batteries. You know what I also felt was really annoying was the graffiti thing, where it's like, who took Riley Brennan?
Oh, yeah.
Where it's like, people are graffitiing in the neighborhood and all the signs, who took Riley Brennan. That is so goofy, man.
Yeah.
That's so cheesy.
Really creepy, like, what? And also, they built up Shelby Oaks as this weird place. And apart from the fact that this cult leader lives there.
Yeah.
I kind of forgot that was the point, that, like, Shelby Oaks is haunted. I was so bored. I don't know.
Is it about Shelby Oaks? I don't even know.
That's what I mean. Why is the film called Shelby Oaks? Her house happens to be in Shelby Oaks. That's it. It's not really about the horror, because usually when you have a horror film named after a place, it's about the horror of that place. It has some link. Yeah. It's the name of the place.
Even the makeup looked faked. It could have been the lighting.
But yeah, man, look, I don't doubt that Chris Stuckman put effort into this.
Oh, 100%.
I don't doubt that, but it's a shame that it's just so dull.
That's the sad thing about it. I was watching it thinking 100% this guy, is in love with the genre. Yeah. And he is definitely putting effort in this movie, 100%. But it's still terrible, man.
It's very dull.
It's really dull. There's absolutely nothing this movie has to offer. But yeah, maybe his next one, maybe it's a learning curve. I don't know what he thinks about it. He obviously thinks it's brilliant. He obviously enjoys it.
Yeah, well, Mike Flanagan, I thought it was great.
But let's see what, let's see if producers are going to go near him again and try and fund other movies. Yeah. Maybe he wants to tackle another genre. Who'll see? I'm still, fair play to him, for fuck's sake. Fair play that he actually, put his money where his mouth is.
And also, it is really inspiring.
It is inspiring.
For a lot of people in that space, who probably are still trying to, get their first film made. The fact he did it's incredible.
Absolutely.
It is incredible.
Yeah. It's just a shame it was shit.